Right on! The keys to writing academically. Use active voice. Don't say, my stepmother's house was cleaned by Cinderella. Say instead, Cinderella cleaned the stepmother's house. When you talk about passive voice, you typically have two verbs. That's not always the case, but for the most part, think of two people passing a basketball back and forth. It takes two to pass it, where active voice is typically one verb and the subject is the one doing the action. Yoda speaks passively. Powerful you have become. The dark side I sense in you. Active. I sense the dark side has made you powerful. Batman is active because he's Batman. Batman tossed the Joker off Wayne Tower. The passive version is the Joker was tossed by Batman off Wayne Tower. You should be able to see the difference. No punctuation. The semicolon separates two complete sentences that are complementary. That basically means if you don't want to use a comma in a conjunction to connect two big sentences, two complete sentences, it makes you look intelligent to use a semicolon, like this example. She was always covered in cinders from cleaning the fireplace, semicolon. They called her Cinderella. The colon is used preceding a list. Cinderella had 3 chores to complete. Colon, feeding the chickens, comma, and the rest of that. And you can also use a colon to make like some big dramatic moment. One thing fueled the wicked stepmother's hatred for Cinderella, colon, jealousy. You also use a colon when you're talking about time, and you use it in a business letter, but that probably won't come up in your writing ACT or EOC. The dash is made of typing 2 hyphens. You use it to show off some extra information in the sentence, like in the first example, or to make like a dramatic moment, like we did on the previous slide. Make it look good. Don't use short, choppy sentences. Don't say, Cinderella saw her fairy godmother appear. She was dressed in blue. She had a wand. You're not reading or you're not writing, see Spot run. Make your sentences flow together as if you are talking to a jury or making some big, profound statement. You want to sound like James Spader from The Blacklist or James Spader from, well, anything, or especially James Spader as Ultron from The Avengers. Details, details, details. Not you. It is never you. When writing academically, avoid first-person pronouns. Never use you. That's the second-person pronoun. Instead, use one. One should honor one's parents. Too much study makes one drowsy. It makes one look intelligent. It makes you look academic when you sound like that. But no contractions. Never have contractions in a classroom. The only time you should ever have contractions are in the hospital. Now, you want to spell out your words. Like, you don't do that. Say, I am. And really don't even do that because you're writing academically. So just try to avoid any of that altogether. Indent correctly, and now here comes the most important part. Singular subjects must have singular verbs. Put an S on a verb, the verb then becomes singular. S on a verb makes it singular. Tons of rules here. You're going to have to know them. There's no way around it. You're going to have to memorize them. You're going to have to practice them. When the subject of a sentence is composed of 2 or more nouns or pronouns connected by and, use a plural verb. She and her friends are at the fair. When 2 or more singular nouns or pronouns are connected by or nor, use a singular verb. The book or the pens is in the drawer. 3. When a compound subject contains both singular and plural noun or pronoun joined by or nor, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is nearer the verb. The boy or his friends run, plural, every day. His friends or the boy runs every day. Boy, singular, runs, singular. Again, it is a lot to take in, but you're going to have to practice it. Doesn't is a contraction of does not and should be used only with the singular subject. Don't is a contraction of do not and should be used only with a plural, can't speak, a plural subject. The exception of this rule appears in the case of the first person and second person pronouns, I and you. With these pronouns, the contraction don't should be used. He doesn't like it. They don't like it. Most kids mess this up. They look at a prepositional phrase and they get the verb wrong. The verb must match up to the subject. Again, singular subject, singular verb. One is, people are. Team captain, singular, is. S in the verb makes it singular. The book is. The woman walks. You get the idea. The words each one, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anybody, anyone, nobody, somebody, someone, and no one are singular and require a singular verb. Each is juicy. Everybody knows. Either is. Nouns such as civics, mathematics, dollars, measles, and news require singular verbs. The word dollars is a special case. When talking about an amount of money, it requires a singular verb. But when referring to the dollars themselves, a plural verb is required. Hence the examples here. $5 is, dollars are. Small difference. Nouns such as scissors, tweezers, trousers, and shears require plural verbs. There are two parts to these things, so keep that rule in mind. Number 9. In sentences beginning with there is and there are, don't write sentences like that, ACT-wise or EOC. It doesn't flow right. Most teachers will say it doesn't make sense and they'll count off for you. So here's the rule about that, but just don't ever start sentences like that, ever. Collective nouns are words that imply more than one person. The team runs, the committee decides, the family has, but they're considered singular. Take a singular verb. See, sometimes you just gotta know the rules. 11. Expressions such as together with, including, accompanied by, in addition to, or as well, do not change the number of the subject. The president is traveling. All are. Avoid repetition. The more synonyms you use, the better. Use many different transition words and linking words like however, consequently, nevertheless, therefore. Don't overuse the pronouns. We already talked about that earlier. Again, you want to sound intelligent when you write. Be concise. Don't say that the mystery lady was one who every eligible man at the ball admired. Instead, say every eligible man at the ball admired the mysterious lady. There's not just one way to write these things. It's just you have to write them in a sense that makes you sound intelligent. Just keep the singular subjects and singular verbs and just flow the words together.